Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 16th going to the 22nd of January. I'm going to apologize and say I'm not going to strain my voice today, so I hope you can hear me because, yeah, I'm sick again. For the second time this year alone. But anyway, I'm going to work on that, you know. Anyways, for Scorpio, please. All right, one more. All right, let's get current energy, please. Overall energy for Scorpio. Okay, that's very nice. You guys, you might have some Pisces in your chart. If not, then like this is kind of giving me similar vibes to that. Because it kind of comes through of being a little bit lost, feeling a little bit lost, or like when are things going to change for me, when are things going to speed up. I'm going to carry on clarifying this, of course, but I do kind of feel like Spirit wants to remind you that you have strength, okay? Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're experiencing, you can keep going. But if you're feeling a little bit bored or jaded by life, or as if, you know, things aren't working out the way that you want it to, you might be in need for a break, vacation, time out, to find a source of inspiration within you to then make certain changes around you. This is very interesting. But anyways, let me carry on. What are the blockages for this week? Yeah, there's something to do with your emotions here. I think you're learning something about yourself and your emotions, maybe even as well. Like this could be some emotions that, you know, you were kind of like coping mechanisms as well. Like something to do with your emotions is coming up, that you're learning about how you deal with things or your emotional reactions to things or things like this. And if you're feeling a certain way, then this is actually quite a good thing to look at because you're understanding on a deeper level, okay, what is this feeling? Why am I feeling this? Because you do have some celebrations coming in. You do. I think this is actually, on the external, a good week. But something feels missing internally. And I think you're going to understand what that is. You have the All That Glitters card coming through. You might have been feeling this for a while. The All That Glitters card is kind of like, not everything that's on the surface is what's really underneath, you know? Like, not everything is what it seems at first. And some of you might be discovering that about people or have had to discover that about people. You know, true colors have been revealed, even your own. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person. That's not what you're revealing. But it's just like you're realizing that, have I been like this for a, like, you know, you're just discovering something about yourself. And we have TikTok that came before that. Not the app, unless this is more of a case of like, in time, in some divine timing, something is being revealed to you that may have already made you kind of rethink your purpose. Or maybe this is what you're thinking about, is doing something different in your life. I do see that you're going to be figuring out some goals, or at least your mind is going to be more on like some goals that you want in life this week. And this might be where you're looking back maybe at childhood, like wishes that you wanted to do and childhood dreams or things like this. Because after something is revealed to you, after this mask comes off, is this to the Sea card, which is good in a sense that there's movement coming in. This can sometimes be like a Six of Swords in a tarot deck, which is you've moved away from the worst of it. Like, you may have really come out of something really difficult for you. And now, you know, after all that time of being in survival mode and, you know, being on, like, top, like, what did you call it? Constantly being on the go or, like, hypervigilant or stuff like this, as they say. When you slow it down, it's like things start to feel, oh, I feel really lost. And what's this feeling? But this has always been a feeling, so now it's starting to click now, even for me. That you're like, where is this coming from? Have I always felt this way, but I was just distracted by some things, and maybe life is not that exciting right now, or you're in a rush for the next thing, Because TikTok can sometimes mean let go of the need to control something and the timing of something. Because something is being revealed to you in this moment. That's why it's super important. This number 7 is like, I feel like you're in the right place right now, even though it doesn't feel like it. You're where you need to be. So in your current situation, in your current energy for the week is strength. You have strength. Leo energy, okay? Could have been dealing or are dealing with a Leo. Could have that in your chart. But strength coming in your current energy is like, I think this is something that you're reminding yourself of. And when I not when I clarified this, but the cards that jumped out with this were, and I feel like I have to show them all together, is the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Magician. Fours being significant, it's about your foundation, all right, your home life maybe even as well. These are things really like close to you. And for some reason I'm feeling like friendships too, like family even. But the Four of Swords is needing a break, and again it is what comes after the Three of Swords. So after heartache, it's that healing period. And the Four of Cups is like feeling quite jaded or bored by life. Like, what's next? Sometimes it can make us feel quite ungrateful with what we have already. So just be aware of that. But for others of you, it's like an unwillingness to actually move forward for some of you. But you then have the Magician. So the reason why you are kind of stuck in this position, or like in this it's not a stuck energy. Because the To the Sea card is showing me that even spiritually or emotionally, you're moving forward, but you're progressing, and you have progressed. Something just moved. Whoa. This position is for you to actually realize that you are more than capable of creating something right here, right now, for yourself, with the tools that you have. The Magician says that we have everything that we need right now. So if you're waiting for the next big thing, or when's this going to come in, when's that going to come in, they're saying you can have this now. If it's happiness, whatever you feel is missing, they're saying you can have this now. But we just need to believe that we can, and understand that we have it already within us. The Magician, this could be in terms of love, by the way, a soulmate connection. This is a balancing of yourself here. All right, some of you could have been like lied to or cheated on in the past here. You put a lot of effort. It was a long relationship. The Magician is being clarified by the Two of Cups. Could be love, could be a really good connection with somebody, could be just your soul tribe, soulmates, or it could even be your higher self, feeling connected to yourself, balancing the sides to yourself that we have. That's why it's like the yin and the yang. Maybe what you're trying, like what you're getting to know is that shadow side, which Scorpios, you guys, everyone has. But usually Scorpios would be known to be the ones that are very much friends with their shadow side. But maybe you've been so high up in the clouds or something like this, that like we're having to be grounded in right now, and it's not very comfortable. I don't think you like the situation that you're in, which makes sense, because you're feeling quite lost, or you don't really know what the next step is. As you can see in this card, it's like there's nothing really around you. You don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. But this is why the fours are here, because they're both stagnant energies. You could be finding love in this situation. Yeah, the moon energy could be a Cancer, it doesn't have to be though. This is again your deeper emotions, understanding that shadow side. Understanding your deeper emotions. This is you connecting with your intuition a lot more too. So the love that's coming in, and as I'm clarifying this Two of Cups, or unless it's in your life already, okay, and that we're just understanding ourselves deeper in this connection with the Ace of Cups, so love, unconditional love. And Nine of Swords. So some of you are scared of this. Scared of this relationship, scared of this person here. because it's for you to get into a relationship is a big choice to make. Could be a King of Wands, or because of a King of Wands with Lovers underneath that Gemini energy as well. Again, if you have been cheated on, or again, like people played games with you or whatever it was, you might be very fearful. But these are just fears. The Nine of Swords is saying that not everyone's going to be like this. Maybe you've had a few bad relationships and it kind of feels like, you know, why do I attract in these kinds of things? Is this just, I think you have a bit of a history with some bad people. Or not very nice people. People who didn't treat you the way that you deserved. I kind of get a little bit of, maybe you guys went through some bullying. Or like, if this is not in relationships and could just be people around you, you may feel very like mocked, or again, like isolated, alone. Not like people really get you, things like this. Anyways, there's some trauma and overthinking when it comes down to the people in your life, or the people, you know, that you should have in your life, which is stopping you from opening yourself up. So this position that you're in is happening so that you can reevaluate what love is, give it to yourself, set those bars and expectations and standards and boundaries, and then start inviting people in and seeing what, like, remembering your power is super important, especially with the Strength card here. But it's like, make sure that you understand that you're fully in control of who you let into your life and the signs that we see. We can't control how other people are and what they do or how they treat us, but we can be in control of what we tolerate. And I think it's just understanding that you have strength enough to place that, strength enough to walk away if you need to. And that can be scary, because it's like, if I love someone, I don't want to have to, but you're gonna have to, because you need to love yourself more. So if your fear is getting into relationships or having these friendships, or, you know, being around certain people, it's because of these fears of what if they do this. They're probably not going to, number one, because these are just in your head. But when you have that deep foundation and that love for self, this unconditional love for self, you will always choose you. You won't lose yourself in the next relationships, is what it's really kind of bringing up here. So you're learning something about your emotions. You have the pages coming through. So Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles is clarifying that. This is kind of getting to understand and learn about your emotions and building a solid foundation on this. So I see a lot of personal growth. You have the Three of Cups here in your blockage as well. Okay. So it could be a couple of people here who might be blocking you. Might have blocked you literally. Doesn't have to be though. Three of Cups is like usually a time to celebrate. So maybe you're feeling quite distant from some people that, you know, you have fun times with. But I think it's just you're doing some like introspection. So I think that's okay. And I think what that card is kind of saying is that maybe you feel like I should be happy, you know, things are better, but the reason why you're not is because some emotions aren't being looked at. That's all. And we're looking at them now. Anything else for Scorpio? Death. Wow. To end your reading, you have your own energy. Complete and radical changes are at foot here. I feel like that's a bit of like a cliffhanger. Maybe I should really look at it. You have the Queen of Swords. It's boundaries, again, when it comes down to love. And also the Lovers is a choice card. The Queen of Swords has been hurt before. She can sometimes come across quite cold to people, emotionally detached. This is changing. You're learning how to have, you know, boundaries and have them being respected at the same time as let people in and being a warm, loving character to people. Learning to be emotionally available. That's why the Death card is coming through. You're more careful now. I can see that. But the Death card is like there's some changes coming in that, you know, are beyond our control. And I think that Spirit's trying to push you in these changes for a reason. Because deep down, are you happy being like that? I feel like that's what it is coming through. Maybe you are. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe you are. But deep down, is there like something missing? I think if there's a fear because of what people can do, then it is a fear. It's not complete stability. It's I do want this, but I don't want to sacrifice this, so I'd rather not take the risk, which I understand. A lot of people go through that when they go through something difficult. But Nine of Pentacles, I do see outside of this, you are focusing on yourself again. As I said in the beginning, I think on the external, like, things are looking good, but some emotions are being needed to be looked at. Does that make any sense? This week. Nine of Pentacles, you might find that your money is going to be increasing here. You're working on yourself, working on your stability. All right, learning to enjoy the time that you have by yourself. All right. Two of Pentacles, could be juggling a few things, could find yourself being quite focusing on 2 jobs or 2 streams of income, or you could be really contemplating how to make more money. And you have the Two of Wands. Both of these are about choices, but more to do with your future and where that's heading and getting ready for the next stage of your life. This is a really good time to think about your future and where you want it to go, what you want it to look at, like, because if you're feeling quite lost, then you do need that sense of direction. So what does it look like? What does it look like? Let me see what else is coming through for you. Some of you could be FaceTiming people, like, a lot. Fox Spirit, think on your feet here. Again, you may have definitely dealt with some difficult, cheating people, right? Tricky, manipulative people with the Fox. They're very cunning, very, like, they plan ahead kind of manipulation like that, because that's really messed up. But the Fox Spirit is about you thinking on your feet, being able to make choices on the go. Again, like trusting yourself enough and your wisdom and your knowledge and your understanding enough to, and your spidey senses, Scorpio, especially when someone's lying, you can pick up on it. When you feel something's not right, most likely it's not. So if you feel like that, use your intuition, use your understanding, think on your feet, make decisions. This is also really good for work. All right, could be having to improvise a lot, or, you know, learn a lot. All right, one more please for Scorpio. We got too many here, but hey ho, we're gonna go for it. You have Pig Spirit, so another one, use your mind wisely. It's like, give yourself the credit where credit's due. You have a very intelligent mind. You have the ability to think on your feet and to use your mind the way it needs to be used. Time for a deep dive, of course, about your emotions. That's what's needed. And we have Embrace the In-Between, which is about, we can learn from the past and have it be in the past, not bringing it with us, but we can learn from it and also embrace the new beginnings that we're going to be open to. Okay, it's about not closing yourself off. Alrighty, well, I love you guys. Wish you all the best. Apologies again for my voice if it's not so loud, or I don't know, it's hurting me a little bit, not gonna lie. But anyways, I love you guys. The website is new and open, and personal readings are new and open. There's a lot more services down there, so I'll link that down below. Hope you enjoyed. Next week I hope to be more enthusiastic and more energy. So my apologies, but it's what it is. I love you guys. Thank you for spending some time here with me, for listening. I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys next time. Okay.